Hello, hello, I'm EJ, you are you, and welcome to my channel. Wow, yay. So, today guys, we are finishing the canyon. This is canyon video part 3. If you're thinking to yourself, wait, what happened to part 2? You're right. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I'm going to explain. Got to talk about something during this build. I am so excited. I love this build. I love the canyons. I love the nature. Nature, whatever. Let's get into it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you can get notified of the next video. Make sure you hit that like button if you like the video. Make sure you comment so you let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so our first part of this, our first step, I should say, in this canyon build is obviously going to be making the actual canyon. So we left off the last video with basically this little outcropping of river, and we're going to start extending that down. Now, the terraforming you're seeing here is going to be cut off because unfortunately I had some technical issues and I unfortunately lost the footage of like making the entire part 2 of this video. So I'm just doing part 3 and I'm kind of hoping, it was on a hard drive, so I'm hoping that they can like recover the videos and I can make a part 2 video later. So we're doing this a little out of order, but you know, it's gonna be fun. So you're just seeing the terraforming right now of Horseshoe Bend, which is this famous part of the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And so I'm just building out the river right now, making a nice little horseshoe shape that gives it the name. Gives it its name. There we go. Okay. And we're just going to start smoothing out the river, and then I'm going to go and do the inner curve of that and then start hollowing it out. So also I started to build up the cliffs around this valley. Or canyon, I guess. That is the river, that the river is cutting through this mountain. It's gonna be a super high structure. It's gonna have 3 whole levels, but this is where the footage cuts out. So, I'm gonna show you pictures of what I built because at least I have the pictures of it. But here's Horseshoe Bend, here's how it turned out. It's really great. If I don't get a video up, there it is, and unfortunately we just won't have a video, but hey, here you can see it, it's really cool. But we're gonna pick up where we left off basically with just Horseshoe Bend and then the first Oasis video that we built, and then we're gonna fill in with the rest of the canyon. So the first thing we're doing is just expanding this river for this one section. A big struggle that I had with basically the entire canyon is just these edges, especially when there's a thin walkway, and because I'm using the in-game path, it's very difficult to get it looking nice and natural, and it really is like frustrating that I can't like just put it to the edge, so I have these like weird giant sections that have just like no dirt on them. So as much as possible, I tried to make it a continuous path, and then when I couldn't, I would just cover it up. But now I'm putting down some of these lovely rock patterns. These are my favorite, I think, custom design that I've gotten for this island. And if you are interested in getting the code for these, you can check in the description of my video, and I will have the code down there for you. I just basically did this because I wanted to make it very clear to people who were visiting which way they were supposed to go. So because I'm using all the in-game pathing everywhere, I didn't want to also use like the dirt path that I have somewhere else that's like a 9, the 9 code path. So I decided to use these, just single stones to kind of lead the visitor. However, while actually editing this video, I decided that I don't like the path that I set up, and I'm going to kind of redo the campsite area. So you'll see that at the end of the video, but I am still going to show you what I did because I think it works fine, but I just realized as I was, editing this and watching myself do it, that there was a better way to accomplish what I had set out to do. So here you can see the beginning of what I was kind of saying where, there's these there's like that 2 block path, and then it's just separated from the other 2 sections of pathing. So I put these termite mounds on the corners just to cover them up. And then I spend so long wrestling with this frickin' I can't get out, so I'm like, oh. This is farcical. Just give it up, just give it up. Okay, there I did. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I just put the termite mounds there. And then, you know, flowers, fencing. We love it, we love it. You love to see it. So especially for this area, because it's kind of blocked by this upper cliff, which is going to be part of the reason why I'm redoing the campsite. I was not really focusing too much on filling that area up because I wanted to make it as easy to navigate as possible. And this, I wanted to make it very clear that you're not supposed to keep going forward. You're supposed to spin around and do a little U-turn. So I put the fencing up because, you know, what better way to discourage people from going forward than having a fence there. So a lot of this build, this third part of the canyon was interesting because a lot of it is just filling in, and it's like filling in space, but it's not a lot of the inspiration from these. It's not like areas that I'm thinking like, okay, then people will use this. It's really just based off of looks. And so I took a lot of inspiration for this entire area from Zion National Park, from Bryce Canyon, from the Grand Canyon, and just like looking at different areas and naturally occurring areas in there to inspire some of the things I did. And you'll see a lot of that direct inspiration a little bit later. But now this campsite, obviously a very strange area, or not a strange area, but just like a not easy shape campsite. So I was just kind of messing around with it. Don't worry, guys. It looks a lot better. Like, okay, listen. I'm not going to say that this was a bad rendition of my campsite by any stretch. I kind of like it. But I just think that the new orientation is better. Because you come up from behind, it kind of places this one thing where it just feels unnatural. It feels like you're not supposed to be going the way that you're supposed to go because you have to go around this really tiny edge. And it also is just like the campsite itself is just kind of like shoved into this corner, which, you know, maximizing space, I guess, but it just wasn't my favorite thing. But you know, we may do with what we had. Also, to get to even just to get to the campsite, like because I put this grass sandy there to cover up, because you can't put freaking dirt underneath that one section of the campsite. It pisses me off. I put a grass sandy there, and it is just it's really in the way. You have to like walk around and like kind of squeeze on by to get to the campsite. So this. I was just being stubborn, honestly. I had an idea and I couldn't make it. I wanted to put the stairs directly behind the tent. But it wouldn't let me do that. So I was like, fine. And now here we can see it with a villager, or not a villager, a camper. Yay. So now we're done with the campsite for the time being. We will return there soon, but we are going to start working on these natural areas. Now this is the behind the Horseshoe Bend area and to the left of the path to the campsite. And I was really inspired to do this by Gubbly Pie on ACNH Instagram. You can definitely check them out. I've mentioned them before. They're where I got the incredible idea to use the throwback mitt chairs as cactus. But they did a build about these like stone arch formations that are found a lot in the American West. And I've seen them in real life, and it's incredible to look at. It's formed by like the river running through it, and it just like erodes away this one part. So it looks really cool, but I was inspired to put it here because I thought it would be a cool place to put just like a little natural formation. You don't necessarily have to go through this area. You can just look at it and it looks cool. But I also am designing that there is going to be like a way for you to walk through this area and experience the natural wildlife. Now, unfortunately, this stone arch only has like 2 customizations, and neither of them are brown. So I was trying to cover them up. I was trying to cover it up a little bit just with the termite mounds. And I think it actually does a good job of like making it blend in. The most annoying part about this entire island so far has just been that so many of the stone items don't have like a tan customization. So that's just been, you know, it's what we gotta deal with. Thanks, Nintendo. Ugh. Give me Brewster, more like give me more brown stone customizations for my one island. Civilian space, yay! Okay, so lots of termite mounds. You thought I used a lot of termite mounds in the last build? Mama. I mean, I think in this in this 3 acres of my island, I'm gonna guess that I've used close to 150 termite mounds. So shout out to Joby fam on Twitch. They're at Treasure Island, and that is how I got all these. I did not do the bug off that many times. Do not worry. I simply do not have that time. Ooh, okay, new custom design, this like cracked earth looking thing. I think my friend Joe showed it to me on Discord. Yeah. So it is, I love this pattern. I love this so much because also like, you know, I've been using the stone a lot. I've been using basically the stone and this Wildflowers as like the main space filling custom design that I'm doing. And it just like, you know, it's nice, but you run the risk of everything feeling the same if you're just constantly using the same patterns over and over again everywhere. So I really like that I can use this dry earth to fill in some areas. It's a great way to fill in an area that isn't just putting a termite mound down or isn't just putting down like a bush or a tree or something. And I think it looks great. So now we time traveled back a few weeks, so the grass got a little bit greener, but you know, it's fine. We'll accept it for the way it is. We definitely won't be saving our dream address in this time though. This is like early November, I think. Yeah. So now we're getting started we have the arches done. So now we're getting started on the top. This is the last natural area. This and just like a little part to the left. So first things first, we're just gonna fill in this, side to the air, left, right. We're past it already. Anyways, so this part, okay. Hoodoos, look them up. Hoodoo. They're in Bryce Canyon. I've also seen these in real life, which is very cool. They're like these incredible rock formations. They look like they honestly look like the termite mounds. The termite mounds look like them, just like if they're way bigger. And in Bryce Canyon, it's like the whole edge of the canyon is like these crazy stalagmite looking formations. So I wanted to try and put a nod towards that and kind of recreate one of the bigger hoodoos by doing this giant, essentially like pillar of termite mounds. It ends up looking super cool. I was very happy with it, but it was kind of a pain in the butt to do. Lots of terraforming and then having to glitch up to the 4th level and then get rid of terraforming. And it was a lot of thinking to do this, but we got through it. And as you can see, I think it's already looking cool. What really sells it though, I think, is really just putting the termite mounds all around the base of it and really just hiding the edges of the cliffs. Not tarantula model, but something else. What you doing? Okay, there we go. Thank you, bud. Thank you. Termite mounds. I've never seen them. Why did they put this in the game? Why did they put termite mounds in the game? What a random item. I mean, I'm glad they did, obviously, but like, what? Termite mound? Like, I don't know. It just seems so random to me. A lot of these things I don't really understand why they put in the game, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's like a lot of random items. I'm just like, why? What was the purpose? I don't know. Okay, so what am I doing here? There's not like a direct thing that I was referencing. I was just thinking of in Zion National Park, there's like hikes that you can do when it gets to this really skinny part of the valley. And it's really cool. There's like a lot of rivers, there's a lot of water. And I was thinking like, it'd be cool to do something like that here. And just like you know, make a cute little secret space. I like doing these little secret oases. They're my fave. But unfortunately, you can't put waterfalls on the 4th level, which is, you know, annoying. I wish that they would just give us the 4th level and like don't let us build a 4th level if you're not going to give us access to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling. But so I wish that we could put the waterfalls there, but we can't. But so I'm just basically filling this entire area up with those lovely stone patterns just because I can't put the dirt path up here either. And I'm just putting a bunch of termite mounds to really make it look brown and dirty up here. I think once we get into like the later fall and the grass turns more yellow, we'll be fine. We'll chill out there. But then we're going to fill in this entire bottom part with the dirt path. And luckily, the Zen pond, the outdoor bath does have a brown customization. So look at that little brown creek that we have. So cute. So cute. You love it. So we've now reached the part of the show where I say, I don't like this campsite. And to be fully clear, I'm doing this like after editing the rest of the video. So, you know, like I basically just had this idea while I was watching it and I was like, listen, the orientation of this is bad. So I got rid of the campsite. I got rid of the staircase. I'm moving everything to the back. So this is what it looks like now, right? I think this layout is way better and just easier to get to. And like, it just looks so much better. I'm so happy with how this looks as opposed to how it looked before. So here we are. So I'm basically just taking a bunch of the furniture that I had at the beginning in the old area and I'm moving it. I'm moving it to be here now, to be next to this new thing. I put a tree up. I put this lovely festival garland. That's what it's called? Because I feel like they complement, the red one especially complements the like banner or whatever that's on the campsite. And I'm just gonna speed through this because honestly, y'all, let's just get done with this. So here it is, the completed area, all of them. I think there's like 4 areas, I would say. I would count this as 4. There's 4 areas. This was like a big catch-all, but campsite, new campsite, love it. Look at that. Mwah. Mwah. I just think it's so much better. I'm so happy that I changed this around, honestly, because like now I'm like, oh, okay, I like this campsite. And like, you know, one hop, not that bad, not that bad. And then over here we have our lovely Arches National Park area inspired by Gubbly Pie on Instagram. Check them out. I like this. I'm very into this. I definitely want to continue to play around with this idea. Over here, we have the, you know, the good old spirally walkway that leads up to our little hidden spring in the middle of the mountains. This is a cute area. I'm like honestly kind of lukewarm on this area, mainly because I wish that I could put the dirt path up there, but you know, I think it works. I think it looks cute. I'm excited to see what it looks like when I go a little bit later in the fall. And then last, of course, we have our little hoodoos, our little our hoodoo tower or whatever. Not tower, it's just a hoodoo. Our hoodoo rock formation. But yeah. So there we go with the canyon. It's done. We're done with the canyon. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so sorry that it was like, I went a week without posting a video and I was like so confident in myself on getting one out. But you know what? Thank you guys for hanging around. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you watched all the way to the end, because like, why not? You already watched the video, you know? Also, if you've watched to the end, why don't you let me know by answering down below, what is your favorite type of house plant? I want to know. Tell me about that. And yeah, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.